a lot for this event. Today, we will witness all the extravagant talents of students like us. After a month of intensive training and workshops,
Because in Richmindale, we always make sure that no one is left behind.
of course, we would like to thank all of you for being with us to witness the results of our hard work and passion.
This event would not be possible without all your support. Our beloved parents and guardians. We would like to also thank the teachers who worked hard for this program, who gave their best efforts to release the best version of ourselves.
We have the facilitator for basic reading, Miss Jeline Casangue.
Our facilitator for intermediate reading, Miss Mary Porcelain Verdeguia.
Our facilitator for arts and crafts, Miss Maria Eloisa Piano.
Happy birthday!
Our facilitator for voice and music instruments, Mr. Michael de la Peña.
Our facilitator for public speaking, Mr. Marvin Mendoza.
We also want to acknowledge our basketball students, headed by Coach Cherry Rose Aranzanzo and Coach Paul Alfacas.
These trainings and workshops will be not possible as well without the support of Richmindale's administration team, starting with
Our Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Rodito Nino Chan Jr.
our Chief Financial Officer, Ms. Marianne Joy Chan.
Our Chief Marketing Officer, Miss Margie Chan.
Our Chief Administration Officer, Ms. Robeline Beldan.
Our Chief Information Officer, Miss Ana Liza Suico.
Our Chief Business Development Officer, Mr. John Suico.
Our Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Eleonora Rose Celis.
Richmindale's Head of Technical and Vocational and Educational Training, Ms. Cheryl May Flores.
And of course, Richmindale's Academic Operations Manager, Mr. Edwin Rosse Jr. May we request everyone to please all rise to sing the UAE and Philippine national anthems, to be followed.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Sa
to their coach, Mr. Michael De La Peña. Are you all excited to perform on this very stage to show off your great skills?
Are you ready? I can't hear you. Before anything else, allow us to introduce ourselves. My name is Kian Van Flores from Public Speaking class, an incoming grade 8.
I am Peter Rosalita from Public Speaking class, an incoming grade 8 student as well.
And we are your hosts for today. How are you, Peter? What can you advise our co-students, as you already have an experience performing in a very big stage in America's Got Talent?
I'm all good and excited, and my advice is to stay humble and be confident. But come on, let's cut all of this waiting. This is not just about me, but for everyone who participated in this workshop. But to formally start this event and to give his very special and inspirational message to all of us, may we call on the energetic, brilliant, and charismatic Richmindale's Academic Operations Manager, Mr. Edwin Brose Jr. Let's give him a warm round of applause.
Thank you, Peter and Kia. How are you doing today? All hyped up and excited? Okay. First, I want to acknowledge, of course, the presence of our learners, our students. Let's give them a round of applause. And of course, our parents, a round of applause for the parents. Thank you for your time to come over. And of course, to our teachers and facilitators, a round of applause. And to everyone in this room. So, we cannot make this possible without your support. And thank you so much for spending your time coming over here. Now, I want to start this speech with a story. Okay, students, who wants to hear a story? Who wants to hear a story? Okay, now, all right. I'll tell a story, but you have to listen carefully because I will be asking a $1 million question later. Are you ready? Okay, let's start with the story. You know, in the past, like years and years and years back, there was this very rich and powerful ruler. Okay? Now, this rich and powerful ruler planned to go to another country. Okay? So are we talking about the what? The rich and powerful. Oops, no one is listening. If you're listening, say aye, aye, sir.
Aye, sir.
No one's listening. Aye, aye, sir.
Aye, sir.
Very good. Now, this rich and powerful ruler planned to go to another country for 2 years, right? And he called his 3 servants, okay? Servant A, he called the first servant. The master said, I will give you 5 coins of gold. 5 coins. Have you seen a golden coin, kids?
Yeah.
Yes, they're very expensive, right? When you go to the gold souk, you can find them, they're very expensive. Now this first servant said, yes, what am I going to do with this? All right? And then the master said, you do your best, but I want you to grow that. So when I come back, let me see how much that will cost. And the first servant said, yes, master. And then off he went outside. And then he called servant B. Servant B said, aye, aye, sir, I'm here. And he gave 2 golden coins to servant B. And he said the same thing. He said, here are 2 golden coins. I want you to grow the golden coins. And we will talk about the profit later on after 2 years. Servant B said, yes, of course, master. And then he called servant C. Is everyone listening? Yeah. All right. Now, he called servant C. He said, okay, servant C, here is 1 gold coin. And servant C said, what am I going to do with this? The master said the same thing. You grow it, all right? and I will come back after 2 years, and I will check how much profit that we get. Right? So servant A went out and bought a vineyard. You know what a vineyard is? Yeah, where the grapes grow and they make wine. Right? And he used the 5 golden coins and made business. And then for servant A, how many golden coins did he receive? 5. Now servant B, how many golden coins? 2. And servant B went to the market. He bought all kinds of textiles, right? You know, clothes, everything. And then he sold it with profit, of course, right? And servant C, how many golden coins did he receive? 1. And then servant C said, what am I going to do with 1 golden coin? Now what he did was he dug deep into the ground. And then put the coin there and then covered it. Because he doesn't want to do anything with it. Right. Now after 2 years, the master came back. Servant A, yes, master. How much? Master, the 5 golden coins you gave me, now we have 10. I doubled it. The master said, "Whoa, that's great. From now on, you don't have to live in a small cabin. You have to live inside a mansion with my family." Wow, right? So you live in a mansion there. Thank you, master, thank you. And then he called servant B. Servant B, where is servant B? Then servant B, yes, master. How many golden coins did you receive from me again 2 years ago? 2, master. And I doubled it. Now you have 4. If you gave it to his master, 4 golden coins. Wow, that's marvelous, the master said. Come, you can join us in the mansion as well. Bring your kids, because servant B has kids. Alright? Now servant C, where is servant C? Okay? Now, okay, is everyone listening?
Aye, sir.
Alright, is everyone listening?
Aye,
Very good. Now servant C, okay? Where's that golden coin I gave you? He said, Master, I'm returning to you your golden coin. And then the master said, still 1 golden coin? Yes, master, because I was scared. I was scared that I would lose the coin, and I know that you are very strict in managing your wealth, and I don't want to lose it. I don't want to be punished. Okay? Now, are you still listening? Now, I will give you 2 options. What did the master say to servant C? A, he said, come join me in my mansion. B, he said, go away, get out of my kingdom. I don't like your attitude because you did not serve me well. So what do you think the master said? A or B? B. Who said B? Go away from me. Who said A? Join me in my mansion. Raise your hand if you say A, join me in my mansion. Who said B, get away from me? Okay? Now the answer is letter B. The master said, you're a wicked servant. First, you did not grow the talent like the 2 others did. And now you're telling me that I am harvesting from something that I did not sow. So what kind of servant are you? And he was sent away. Okay? Now what is this story all about? Did you like the story?
aye, sir.
Did you like the story? Okay. Now, the story is actually from the parable of the talent in Matthew chapter 25. Alright? So I know most of the parents and all of you are familiar with the parable. Alright? But what is a talent? What is a talent? According to the dictionary, it is a natural aptitude, a skill, or an ability. Right? And that's why you have your kids here. Right, parents? Yes. Alright? But if you look into James chapter 1, it tells us that every gift is from God, all talents, everything. And we have different talents, different gifts, and they're all important and can be used in the kingdom of God. And not only in the kingdom of God, but also in our societies, right? Parents, are you still with us? Alright, very good. Now, as parents, it is our responsibility to take care of the talents. Okay, so in the story, God is the master. Parents, you are the servants. And God entrusted to you talents embedded, imbued within the souls or within the lives of your children. Right? So some of you would foster the talent, develop, grow, support it, and you can bubble it. Alright? But of course, I believe that none of you will decide to just bury it in the ground, right? Alright? So God entrusted us with these gifts, with these children. Alright? So it is our responsibility to discover, develop, foster, and enhance these talents. Alright? Now, who knows Leonardo da Vinci? Parents, who knows Leonardo da Vinci? Mona Lisa. No one knows Leonardo da Vinci? Okay, now, for you to know, Leonardo da Vinci is a great man. Alright? Let me just check. Now, Leonardo da Vinci, he was a painter, an inventor, a polymath, meaning he mastered all kinds of math. He was a writer, an architect, an engineer, a mathematician, a sculptor, a philosopher, an astronomer, an anatomist, a composer, a diplomat, a chemist, a geologist, a cartographer, a physicist, and a plant biologist. Wow. Wow, right? I don't think someone else in this room is greater than Leonardo da Vinci. But does it really take a Leonardo da Vinci to be successful in life? Yes or no? No, not necessarily. Now, back in the day, you need to have a lot of skills and talents to be recognized in a society, to be notable in the society. But in a way, I just want to let you know that the original plan of Leonardo da Vinci's parents is not to have him as such, all those things. But you know what? They wanted him to be a notary. You know, notary public? The one who attests and then, facilitates the attestation and signing of legal documents. That was the plan of his parents for him. Right? But you know what? Leonardo da Vinci showed interest in math. He learned abacus. Alright? And then of course, his parents were very instrumental in fostering, discovering, and growing those talents. Alright? And fast forward, he became Leonardo da Vinci, who contributed a lot in our civilization. Big word. Alright, now, the advantage that our kids have at the present age, the digital age, we call them digital, there's a term for that, I forgot. Digital natives. These young ones are considered digital natives because as early as 2-3 years old, they know how to tinker and then mess up the setting of their gadgets. Right? Parents, we know that, right? So they even know things that we don't. Right? And the beauty of that, living in the digital age, is that it opens opportunities to various professions and various crafts. Alright? So there have been very successful people who did not even finish college, but they're earning millions. TikTokers, they call them. Alright? So sometimes we can just say, oh, they're lucky. But no, they're just talented. Alright? Now, why am I saying this? Why am I sharing this to you? Because parents, sometimes you have this tendency to compare our children with other, what you call this, achiever at school. We feel bad if our son would only get with honors and the classmate get with highest honors. So yeah, it's normal to compare, right? It's normal. But can you compare a strawberry and a mango? No. A strawberry can bear fruit in 4 to 6 weeks. And a mango can bear fruit 4 to 8 years, after 4 to 8 years. But the strawberry can only produce fruits up to 6 years, but a mango for 20 years. Alright? So, what am I trying to share with you is, you have to be patient. Because each child is different. Each child is unique. Some of them might be talented enough to excel in their academics. And some of them would not excel in academics first, but they will excel in extracurricular activities, right? And that's why here in Richmindale, we approach things holistically. We provide avenue for students to excel not only in academics, but in stage performances, extracurricular activities, like this, singing, dancing, all of those things. And what do we get out of it? Building of self-esteem, self-worth, and confidence. And that will fuel them to become self-assured, motivated individuals in the future. Okay? Now, let me just share with you some stories before I end. Now, there is this person, John Ilizetsky. He's 26 or 28 years old, and he is earning 30 million US dollars every month. You know his unconventional and self-taught skill? Taking selfies, picture of himself. A lot of people would say, he has a perfect smile, oh goodness, he's so handsome. And it happens that he has two friends. One is a surgeon and one is an orthodontist. And since he has a lot of followers, he talked to his friends. He said, why not let's create something that has to do with my perfect, brilliant smile. They created a product. It's a teeth whitening product. Yeah, a teeth whitening product, and then they marketed them to his followers, to Josh's followers. And now they're earning $30 million every month because of Instagram and Facebook. So does John have a degree? I don't know, I don't think so. But clearly, what brought him millions, what brought him success is not an academic profession, but an unconventional, or we call it informal education, self-taught. And just like Leonardo da Vinci, all those professions, most of those were self-taught. You have YouTube, you have TikTok, you have the internet. There are a lot of avenues for you to foster or develop the talents of your kids. All right, now another story that I want to share with you is sorry. I don't know if you play Mobile Legends, but I do. Who plays Mobile Legends? Sometimes you get irritated, right? Mobile Legends kids, sometimes you don't do their homework anymore because of Mobile Legends. Okay? Just like what I told you, it's a feeling, right? So, can they learn something from Mobile Legends? Maybe how to build their emblem? Right? Thank you, bro. Alright. But there are e-game schools in China. There are schools dedicated for gaming. Alright? And you know what? Notail or Johan San's team He is one of the top earning Dota 2 player. He earns 6.9 million US dollars just playing. Jesse Painutka is earning $6.4 million just for playing games. And you know that, right? Influencers, TikTokers. You know, the beauty that we have is, in this generation, is that because of technology in our complex society, it brought us different pathways in a child's career, right? It gives opportunities globally, all right? And all we have to do as parents is to foster and develop those talents, right? So some of us would say, I want my child to be a doctor, to be a nurse. We have dreams for our kids, but can we really control life? Parents, can we really control life? Can we really make our children become like us? Alright, so I leave that question with you. Now, I'm going to end my opening remark. Let me just share with you 3 advices. First, you have to be patient. Let kids grow according to their pace. Alright? Some of them develop cognitively fast. Some of them develop cognitively slower, but they develop in many other areas, such as talents as painting, sports. We have sports. You have to be patient with your kids. You can put fertilizers in a plant. You can put them in sunlight. You can put them in water. You can foster and encourage growth, but you cannot force them to grow and bear fruits. Am I right, parents? So don't be frustrated. Give them time to grow and to bear fruit. Let them grow. Alright? Give them time to grow. Advice number 2, do not compare. Because even twins have different characteristics and personalities and talents. Correct? Do not compare. But your responsibility, or our responsibility, is to discover those hidden potentials. Foster them, encourage them to grow, support them. And I am thankful that you are here to foster, encourage, support, and discover their talents, and put them in Richmindale Summer Workshop. And you're doing the right thing. And lastly, do not aspire for them to be like you. Come on, we're old school, we're outdated. Aspire for them to be better than you, than us, to be the best versions of us in their own way, rather than to be like us. Okay, parents? Do we agree?
Yes.
All right. So, with that, I don't want to take much of your time. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of the show. A round of applause for our kids.
Thank you so much, Sir Edwin. That was truly an inspirational and remarkable message.
Indeed. To begin from our arts and crafts students, let us call on their facilitator, Ma'am Maria Eloisa Piamonte, to present to us their artworks.
Thank you, Peter and Leon. Now, good afternoon, everyone. I am proud to present to you the participants and their artwork in a arts and crafts summer workshop. This is the artwork of Kevin and Diane. We made hand painting, fingers painting, and also we made paper collage and paper mache.
Right.
Thank you, Kevin and Diane. And that is my students. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Sir, backstage. Picture sa backstage.
Thank you, Ma'am Eloisa, and Arts and Crafts students. Those were a jaw-dropping artworks. Good job, guys! Also, they have prepared for us a short video to share with us their journey on their workshop. Let us all watch this.
Congratulations to all of our arts and crafts students, and thank you so much to their facilitator, Ma'am Maria Eloisa Piemonte.
Now, let us all proceed to the public speaking students to deliver his speech about how to be cheerful always. Please welcome Art Avrix D. Atienza.
Good afternoon to my beloved teachers, my fellow friends, and our dear parents and guardians. Today, I am going to talk on how to be cheerful always. You can cultivate the habit of being cheerful always. It will be a tonic for your mind and body. There is nothing more contagious than a cheerful spirit, and for which the world offers richer rewards. Ladies and gentlemen, most of us like a cheerful person. He is known for being cheerful. He makes us happy and gives us the confidence in life and in ourselves. When you change your behavior, you change your performance, and you change your perspective in life. How to develop cheerfulness? To cultivate cheerfulness, you must begin with your thoughts. Start feeling persistently happy with all positive thoughts, and you will become happy. On the other hand, if you constantly think about negative and gloomy things, you will soon be feeling miserable. It is only our thoughts that make our world happy or unhappy. Remember that happiness is contagious. In addition, the best way to get rid of negative idea is to replace it with a positive one at night or in the early morning. When you are relaxed in bed, practice putting some cheerful thoughts in your mind. Do this deliberately every day, and your good thoughts will work your happiness all night through. which will eventually result in a good morning on the next day with all positive thoughts. Just like Peter Pan, whenever he thinks of happy thoughts, he lifts himself and can fly by his own happy thoughts. I am Ark Avrix D. Atienza. Always remember to always choose happiness. Thank you, and don't forget to smile.
Thank you so much, Art. That was really an informative speech. Let's give him once again a round of applause.
From another student of public speaking to deliver his speech about the importance of education, may we call on Jairus Matt Sanchez.
Good, Jairus.
To all the parents and guardians, our teachers, guests, classmates, and my fellow friends, good afternoon. Today, I am going to talk about the importance of education. Education is the process of learning and knowing, which is not restricted in our school textbooks. It is a holistic process and continues through our lives. Even the regular happening and events around us educate us. In one way or the other way, it would not be an exaggeration to say that the existence of human beings is fruitless without education. An educated person has the ability to change the world, as he or she is brimming with confidence and assured of making the right moves. This speech dwells on the importance of education in our lives. I encourage everyone to keep on reading and learning, to know the real importance of education for everyone. My name is Jairus Matt Sanchez, 8 years old and coming grade 3 student. Thank you and have a great day, everyone.
Thank you so much, Jairus. I myself is a witness of your journey from being a very shy boy. And now, look at you. You did very well, with full of confidence and conviction. Congratulations, Jairus. Ladies and gentlemen, he deserves another round of applause. But, of course, to deliver his speech about bullies in Malaysia, as your partner here as a host, it is my pleasure to introduce to you, please all welcome, Keon Van Flores.
5 years ago, 3 people were involved in the bullying of a schoolmate who was forced to cut the tip of his tongue at school in Bukit Tinggi on Thursday. The victim, in a police report lodged by his mother, said he was told by the 5 9-year-olds to cut his tongue if he didn't want to get punched by them. Out of fear, he cut his tongue using a pair of scissors himself. Hello, and top of the afternoon to our loving parents, wonderful teachers, my fellow students, and my dearest audiences. I am very honored and glad to be here today, sharing my thoughts and a view on a topic that is very dear to me, which is bullying. I am going to share some of my bullying survival tips that can be implemented in our daily lives. First of all, what can be constituted as bullying? The Oxford Dictionary defines bully as a person who deliberately intimidates or persecutes someone who are weaker. Hence, bullying can be defined as an act of deliberately intimidating or persecuting someone who are weaker. So what has been happening to our world lately? Bullying is becoming a big issue, an epidemic, so to speak. It has been heavily discussed in the mass media, such as the television and the internet. The act of bullying mainly targeted amongst teenagers ranging from the age of 13 to 17 years old. One of the most painful aspects of bullying is that if it is not controlled, this problem will expand to be an act of violence that is both physically and psychologically tormenting to the person who is bullied. On average, most people can take one episode of teasing, name-calling, or being shunned at the mall. However, when such acts are deliberately done and continues for a continuous period of time, this will result into a state of constant fear for that particular person. Imagine this. You are happily walking to school when suddenly there's a group of delinquents at the end of the road, talking to each other, and all of a sudden decided to come over and harass you, just for the fun of it. Do you fight back? I don't think so. Why? Because you are afraid. This is because most of the times, bullies tend to gang up on each other and pick on a single defenseless person. So what action can be taken to curb this issue? An article from the Guardian News stated that certain places in the United Kingdom, namely London and Manchester, are now being called as a safe zone area. These safe zone areas are places which used to be the hotspot for these delinquents to hang out at. But with the interference of the society, for example, fellow teachers, together with parents and their children, they may create a rally to create a buddy system, whereby students who walk to school are accompanied by these buddies, creating a safe environment for the students. However, these plan of action may only be successful if the three set party, which are the teachers, parents, and the neighborhood, who are willing to lend a hand to create this safe zone area. Secondly, a lot of us out there simply choose to stand on the sidelines and watch others being bullied without taking any proper action of help whatsoever. These bystander effect is a social psychological phenomenon referring to cases in which individuals do not offer any means of help to a victim when other people are being presented. This is because they assume that other people will actually lend a helping hand. Such occurrences not only are destructive and somehow in the long run, somehow promoting the act of bullying and needs to be stopped. The society must be aware that bullying is an intolerable act, and that if you do not take action, then who else will? I am Kian Van Flores, incoming grade 8 student. Thank you for listening, and always remember that bullying is never okay.
learned something from him that bullying is never okay. Let's give him once again a big round of applause.
Thank you, Peter. Of course, public speaking workshop will never be complete without your speech. To deliver his speech about friends, let us all welcome Peter Rosalita.
Said I'll be a friend, took a note, gonna stick it out till the end. Who cannot help humming to these lyrics? The infamous Umbrella by Rihanna. A very good morning to the honorable teachers, classmates, parents, and friends. The topic I'm going to speak on today is friends. Yes, who in this world can survive without friends? No one. Even Will Smith in I Am Legend had aliens as his buddies. We need friends to laugh with, to be our playmates, and to lend an ear when we are down with problems. It cannot be denied that students like me today, in fact, prefer to go to friends to pour out all of our problems. Remember your first crush? For you girls, that also cute Harry Potter in the movie, with his gentleman behavior and his owl glasses, where you could sit hours on end and watch the movie over and over again while swooning about him? Well, most of us tend to be caught up in this fantasy world where he would be Prince Charming or someone as a princess. I'm sure you did not run to your mother and said, Mommy, Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter is so cute. Your mother would have said, enough dreaming. Go and study the UPSR. What will your friend do in the same situation? They will sit down to you and say, yeah, I wish I was Hermione. At least I get to act with him. This explains it all. We totally and utterly need our friends in moments like this. Not only in our fantasy world have our friends also needed to be by our side as our fashion colleagues. I'm sure none of you want your mother's advice on what to wear on a birthday party, where your mother would have said, dear, this is a comfortable clothes. Never mind this striking blue rabbit on the front. It makes you all of the more attractive. With your friends, you could choose the gorgeous clothes with matching heels or shoes, which will make you look fabulous. As Kim Kardashian would have said, you can save a major fashion disaster. Another example, next exam's fever. There's about an hour to go before an exam. Then suddenly, it strikes you. You have not memorized the important idioms yet. Who else, other than your best friend, will sit next to you and repeat the words over and over again, so that it will enter to your brain and hopefully remain there for the next 2 hours. Friends are like angels, but without wings. Yet not all can be angels. There are some out there who are more than devils in disguise, exactly like paparazzi. When you're all gorgeous and problem-free, like Hannah Montana, you become the teen idol. But when you start having downfalls in your life, you become Barbie. The same thing goes with your friends. There are some out there who are only by your side because of your status as the popular kid. But when suddenly you're not so cool anymore, they ditch you. Thus, you must be always careful in choosing your friends and never allow other people to choose out your friends. As it goes, do not tell me whom to pick as my friend. Remember, I picked you. I am Peter Salita, an incoming grade 8 student. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
That was wonderful, Peter. Ladies and gentlemen, the pride of Richmindale, America's Got Talent finalist, Peter Rosalita. Let's give him a round of applause.
It truly humbles me whenever I'm on stage. That was our public speaking students, everyone. Let's give them a big round of applause as well to our coach, Sir Marvin Mendoza.
Music is the expression of the soul. It moves emotions and deals with the movement of time through a song that emphasizes strength and amidst challenges. For the voice and music instrument students, let us call on
Ladies and gentlemen, to sing Do Re Mi from the sounds of music. Let's give our way to the vocal students.
Oh, let's even make it easier. A deer, a female deer, a dog with a song. A name I call myself, a long way to run. A needle pulling thread, follow suit. A drink with jam and bread, that'll bring us back to me, a name I call myself, far along the way to run. So, bring us back to dawn. A deer, a female deer, gray, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself, far along the way to run. So a needle pulling thread, love to follow soul. Tea, a drinking jam of bread, that will bring us back to dawn. Do re mi fa sol la ti do, so do.
Thank you, vocal students, to give us an inspiring song number. Let us all welcome Riley Elise Mariales to sing Tomorrow from Annie the Musical.
They'll be sad.
let's call on another superstar to sing Let It Go from Frozen. There's no other than Maria Francesca Isabel Acosta.
That was truly wonderful, Francesca. There's more. To sing How Far I'll Go from Moana. Please all welcome Adriana Salvan.
At the edge of the water, long
now to sing Cinderella. Let's give the spotlight to Eunice Joy Amao.
When you're fast
by Moira. Please all welcome Dean Christoph Barrera.
Thank you. bawat payo ng puno, ikaw ang kanlungan na nahanap ko. Kahit nung di ko alam, ilang beses mo ko pinintay. Ikaw ang atungan at aking wakas.
Thank you, team, for a heartwarming song. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, to sing Climb Every Mountain, please all welcome our vocal students.
Climb every mountain, search high and low, follow every byway, every path you know. Climb every mountain, Lord, every stream, follow every rainbow, till you find your every day of your life, for as long as you climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow, till
Every day of your life, for as long as you live.
Bluetooth mode.
every stream, follow every rainbow, till you find your
Congratulations once again to our vocal students. I am sure that you can really climb every mountain with that vocal prowess.
Indeed. Let's now proceed to our music instrument students. Ladies and gentlemen, to play Music Land, let us all call together. Maria Elise is speaking to
Rema Rose Valdez
Maria Francesca Isabella Costa.
and Jaime Charles Mercado. But wait, there's more. To serenade us with the song patterns, please all welcome Mark Joseph Ribamonte
and Dean Christoph Parera. Let's give them a round of applause.
Thank you so much, Christoph and Mark. And for the last performer, from our keyboard music instrument students, to play Runaway River, please all welcome Adriel Neza Reyes.
And Ahan Jace Mercado. Let's give them a round of applause.
Please all welcome John Zachary Javier
Giselle Grace Opao,
and Alfred Carlo Uberita. Let's give them a big warm round of applause. Thank you so much, guys. That was so entertaining.
and there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, our completers for Summer Workshop 2023. A certificate of completion is tangible evidence of being a completer in certain level of training. This is the fruit of each learner's endeavor. So now, the most awaited part of our program, let us move on to the distribution of the certificates. May we request Mr. Margie Chan and Mr. Edmund Rossi Jr. to join us on stage to distribute the certificates.
To present the completers of arts and crafts, may we call on Ma'am Maria Eloisa Piamonte.
Good afternoon again, everyone. I am proud to present to you the participant of the Arts and Crafts Summer Workshop. Let's call on Flores Dayan Faith A. Laboral Princess Anika R. Tibayan Kaden Joaquin H. Espelembergo Pia Luis A. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Eloisa, to present the completers of public speaking. May we call on Marvin Mendoza.
Thank you so much, Peter. Yeah. I just want to greet everyone. Good afternoon and congratulations to our competitors and participants for the summer workshops. So, I am so proud and honored to present to you our completers and participants for the public speaking class for the Richmindale's Summer Workshop 2023. Starting with Alano Juan Gabriel C. Jr. Atienza Arc Avrix de Guzman. Flores Kion Van A. For certificate of participation, Reyes Adriel Nesa N. Reyes po. Certificate of completion, Rosalita Peter Anthony V. And Sanchez Jairus Matt S. Thank you so much and congratulations. That's our public speaking students.
Thank you, Sir Marvin. To present the completers of voice and music instrument classes, may we call on Sir Michael de la Peña.
Hello, congratulations everyone. These are the completers for music summer workshop. Maria Francesca Isabel and Acosta. Riley Elise P. Mediales. Congratulations, Eunice Joy S. Opal. Dean Christoph Parera. Hello, Dean. Congrats. Salman. And Adri Salman. Hello Adri, where are you? Congratulations for keyboard. Acosta Maria Francesca Isabel. Francesca? Yeah. Juan Gabriel Alano. Adrian Royce Dumlao. Adrian Royce Dumlao. Maria Elise Espiritu. Ehan Jace Mercado. And J.D. Charles Mercado. Dean Cristo Parera. Adrian Nesa Reyes. Mark Joseph Rivamonte. Congrats po. And Rev Rose Valdez. For guitar, Jan Zachary Javier. Congratulations po. Elise Grace Opal. And Alfred Cardo Operita. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Sir Minor. Since the basic reading and writing, may we call on Miss Jeline Gasange.
Thank you, Peter, and good afternoon, everyone. I am proud to present to you the participants in reading for beginner level in Summer Workshop 2023, starting with Almazan Emma Rian G. About Chris Jacob L. Muneda Leonardo. Lastroyo Police. Bioge Maria Jamila O. Tibaya Cody Julian H. And that's all for the beginner level in reading. Thank you and congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Ma'am Lillian. To present the completers of intermediate and advanced reading, may we call on Miss Mary Porcelain Verdaguia.
Thank you, Pia. Good afternoon, everyone. I am proud to present to you the participants of intermediate reading in Summer Workshop 2020, starting with Alenhal Darwish Ahmed, Alhelal Maher Ahmed, Manuel Amina Francesca White, Muñez Casaya, Kaysen Padilla. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Mary. Finally, to complete the distribution of certificates, we would like to call on Coach Cherry Rose Alonzo to present our basketball students.
Thank you, Peter. Good afternoon. I am proud to present to you the completers of the Basketball Summer Workshop 2023. Starting with Arado Juan Gabriel C. Jr. Abando Emmanuel John A. Abando Jeter John A. Almazan Jan Rohan G. Dalo Zach Emil G. Fernandez Elijah James E. Gregory Victor Michael B. And Coralde Alexa Bravery F. That's all for the basketball. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Coach Cherry.
Of course, thanks as well to Ma'am Margie and Sir Edwin. There you have it, our commendable completers. Congratulations and never stop striving hard for the best. Can we hear another round of applause?
To formally close this momentous event, may we call on our ever brilliant and supportive Richmindale Head of Technical and Vocational and Educational Training, Miss Cheryl May Flores, to deliver her closing remarks and to distribute the certificates to our facilitators.
Thank you so much, Peter and Tian. So let us continue this special ceremony as we present the well-deserved certificates to our exceptional summer workshop instructors. To start with, let us call on Mr. De La Peña Michael G. to receive his certificate for teaching the guitar, keyboard, and voice classes. A round of applause, please. Thank you so much, Sir Michael. Mama, I would like to invite Miss Margie again to come in from on the stage to help us with the certificate giving. Okay, so let us call another instructor. Let us have Miss Kasange Relene M. to receive her certificate for teaching the beginner reading class. Thank you, Ms. Relene. Okay, let's have another very inspiring instructor. Let us call on Mr. Mendoza Marvin O. to receive his certificate for teaching the public speaking class. Thank you, Sir Marvin. Next, we have the beautiful Miss Maria Mary Porcelain to receive her certificate for teaching the reading intermediate class. And of course, last but not the least, also the beautiful Miss Eloisa Piamonte Maria Eloisa M. to receive the certificate for teaching the arts and craft class. Happy birthday also to Miss Eloisa. It's her birthday today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, teachers. Thank you, Sir Edwin and Miss Margie. Thank you so much, Peter. So I will give first my closing remarks. Thank you, Kailan. Thank you, Peter. Okay, so good afternoon again, everyone. So dear parents, distinguished guests, and most importantly, our talented young participants in Richmindale Summer Workshop 2023. Thank you. So today marks a momentous occasion as we bring the curtains down to the music, public speaking, reading, arts and craft, and basketball summer workshop. This is for our children here in Richmindale. It is with great joy and sense of accomplishment that we gather here to celebrate the creativity, passion, and growth we have witnessed in these young minds. In the realm of music, we have seen budding musicians exploring melodies and harmonies, discovering the power of rhythm and the joy of expression through instruments and their own voices. You have shown us that music is a universal language that can touch hearts, bridge cultures, and spread happiness. For our public speaking sessions, we witnessed the transformation of shy voices into confident orators. Our young speakers have shown courage, eloquence, and the power to captivate the audience with their words. As they step forward in life, let us remind them that their voices are valuable
and their thoughts can inspire change. In the realm of arts and craft, we have seen pure creativity unleashed through colors, shapes, and textures. Your hands transform simple materials into magnificent works of art, reflecting our unique perspective and emotions. You have shown us that creativity knows no boundaries and that there are infinite ways to express yourselves. For our beginner and intermediate reading, these workshops, we embark on an adventure of letters, sounds, and words. We saw our little learners unlock the code of reading as they blended letters together to form words and sentences. Their determination and dedication have been truly commendable, and it warms our hearts to see the joy they found in each new discovery. Through engaging activities, stories, games, we watch as their reading skills blossomed. The ability to read is not just a skill, it is a key that opens doors to a vast world of knowledge, imagination, and lifelong learning. And our young readers have taken hold of that key with eagerness and excitement. And on the basketball court, I have seen budding athletes giving all their all on the court. Your determination and teamwork have been truly inspiring. It's not about how many points you scored, but the passion and effort you put into the game that truly matter. Remember, sports are just not about winning, but they teach us valuable life lessons such as resilience, discipline, and the importance of working together. Now, for all our young participants, you have all amazed us with your dedication, enthusiasm, and willingness to learn. This summer workshop has been a stepping stone in your journey of self-discovery. Embrace the skills you've acquired and never forget that joy that comes from expressing yourselves through music, sports, words, and arts. To the parents, guardians, thank you for entrusting with us the privilege of learning, dream, and shine brightly, for the world eagerly awaits the beauty you have to offer. Thank you all for being part of this incredible journey. Until we meet again, farewell, and may the melodies, words, and colors of this summer workshop forever inspire us. Congratulations to all our young achievers. Please, John, thank you so much. Inspiring message for today's ceremony.
On behalf of the Richmindale event organizers, we would like to thank the following people who have been instrumental in making this event possible.
To the members of Richmindale community, to our co-students, guests, our teachers, support staff, and the rest of Richmindale's members, thank you so much for making this event possible.
To our beloved parents and guardians, thank you for your usual support to our beloved Richmindale. We would also like to congratulate everyone, for this is also everyone's success. And finally, to our co-completers, kudos! Always remember that each one of us is a bright explosion in the universe. Congratulations, everyone! Let us continue to soar high to reach greater heights.